got it going for you. Moved out to California. Got lost in money, drugs, and women. Out for all your dollars. Now Nico's.
What is the deal, beautiful people? My name is Ramon. This is Lifestyles Defined. Welcome to another episode of AMA. How this works is you ask your question, no matter what that may be, in the comment section down below, and we will answer it in a follow-up video. So, today's question comes from Saad Khan, and this is a long one, a bit of a story, so bear with me as I read it in its entirety. Hey man, just saw the review and watched most of the videos, and I have to say I'm impressed, so immediately subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I hope you will help me to getting out this dilemma, okay? I am planning to retire my aging Galaxy Note 3, and so far I have set my eyes on two phones, Lumia 950, not the XL, and the Galaxy S6, not the Edge. As in my view, these are the only two phones which not only fit my budget, I am also buying a new MacBook 12-inch, but also they offer me the best bang for my buck. Anyway, now as I have told you the story, let me ask a few of the questions. Question number one. As I am already aware of the pros and cons of both OSs, I won't ask about the differences between these phones. Does one of them feel faster in everyday life other than the other? Maybe I'm getting that confused. Also, tell me, what are your observations regarding the display and camera in both of these phones? Question number two. As you have used both 950 and 950 XL, how much of a difference is there between the two? I mean, is there really a big difference in the performance department, considering the 950 is powered by the 808 and the XL is powered by the 810? Also, what about the display and cameras? Is there a difference in quality, or is both the same? All right, so we're gonna start off with the first one, obviously. The pros and cons. He said he's well aware of the pros and cons between the two OSs, and this pretty much boils down to the app gap, right? That's the ever-present conversation there. But he says, talk to me about the differences between the two phones and what feels faster in everyday life. So I actually did a comparison between my 6S Edge Plus, God I hate that name, and the 950 XL. And they, in everyday life, when you're looking or comparing the same apps, whatever that comparison may be hitting the phone, the contacts, calendar, the default mail app, or even the Facebook, Instagram, the difference isn't much, right? And I feel like this comes down to how each operating system is rendering the animations and the fluidity of the animations. So a well-known trick in the Android world to make a phone feel faster is to speed up the animations. Instead of having, I don't know, 10 keyframes, you have 6, where it still looks smooth, but it's faster, right? And that gives the illusion that things are running much faster. It doesn't mean things are always faster. So coming down to everyday usage between a Galaxy S6 and a Lumia 950, I think the performance is the same. It's nothing you're going to notice that would really set them apart from each other. I mean, if a game loads half a second quicker or even a second quicker than another, what's the big deal? It's only a second, right? These are things you only notice when you have a phone next to each other and you start doing these comparisons. But when you make your decision and you go about your daily life, you don't see these things. It would be different if you went and bought a $50 phone. Now you would start to see where performance plays a part. Now he asked about the display and the camera. So the display in the 950 versus the Samsung, I think, are very, very comparable. They're both gorgeous. They're both very beautiful displays. The resolutions are virtually the same. The pixel density is a little better on the Galaxy, which gives you a sharper image. But again, you wouldn't notice the difference between the two, and a very minute difference between the two, unless you have them side by side. So you're not missing anything, right? Let's throw Apple into the fray. Let's say you're comparing something, the Retina display, which we know runs at 1080p still. Compare that to something like the 4K on the Samsung or the Lumia. Yes, you would notice a difference, right? But here, these displays are virtually the same. They're still AMOLED. They're beautiful displays. Trust me, whichever direction you go, you're gonna be fine. The cameras. So here's something that I always struggle with. I've been missing my Windows Phone lately, and I feel like it's because it's more suited. They have much more of a pedigree or a lineage with advanced features for people who like to use cameras, right? Like that Lumia Rich Capture, I adore it. The optics, images appear a lot sharper, especially when I did that episode of Aperture, which you can check out. I'll drop the link in the description below, where I compared the 950 and the iPhone 6s Plus, by the way, with the OIS, and the Galaxy S6 Edge. Oh my god. I think the Lumia came out on top a lot of the times, especially in the quality. But there's one thing to know about the Lumia, is it's not as fast of a shooter as neither the iPhone nor the Galaxy. And what that means is, from the time you pull out your camera and you hit that button, the Lumia's got like this quarter of a second delay that some may find really annoying. But again, I think the camera on the Galaxy is much more suitable for everyday life. Everyday photography is what they call it, where you just snap away. But I think the Lumia is definitely the better of the cameras, especially when you take your time and compose your shots. So the second question would be the differences between the 950, the Lumia 950, and the Lumia 950 XL. So having used both, I can honestly say things are a bit snappier on the XL, but I want to go back to my original point, where this is not something you would notice going with either, because you make your decision. Neither phone is neither phone is slow. So when you make your decision, you'll never run into an instance where a calendar appointment takes 4 seconds to pop up. You're like, God damn it, I wish I went with the XL because of that 810 processor. Like, no, that's not the case here. What I did notice is the Lumia XL was a bit cooler than the Lumia, the regular 950. The 950 warmed up at times. Mine never got as hot as people were complaining, but it did get a little more warm than the XL. And I think that's partly due to the XL's got some liquid cooling magic going on in there. The displays are virtually the same. It's just different size. The cameras are identical. So when comparing the 950 to the 950 XL, and I think I have a video out there on that. I'll link that in the description again below. When doing that comparison, really what you're comparing is the physical size of the device and how much you're willing to push that boundary. You know, is the 950 just the perfect size for you? Is the XL just a little too large, or is the 950 too small for you and the XL is the perfect size? For me personally, the XL was the perfect size, so that's why I opted to really fall in love with that guy. Now, to ultimately answer your question, you know, again, and I hate to, because I've said this so many times on this channel, but it's still a big deal. Until Windows 10 can have an influence on the mobile platforms in terms of dragging over those developers and really having them develop and then porting it over to the phone, the conversation here, or the deciding factor, continues to be apps. If you took a serious look at your daily use on your Note 3 and see what you use, make sure that you compare it over in the Windows Phone ecosystem. You know, do you need Google apps? No, then you're okay. Do you need things like Instagram? You'll be okay with some gray areas, right? We've got 6tag over there. And, you know, you're a big YouTube fan. Obviously, you're commenting on YouTube. We've got some excellent YouTube clients. Now, things start to really stray from there. What else is it you use? Really pay attention to those niche things that you do. Your banking apps, your app to tell you what the pressure reading in the atmosphere is for tomorrow. These things you need to pay attention to because you probably won't have them over in the Windows Phone world. And if you do, don't count on the experience in being something very good. You know, there are a lot of okay apps that get the job done, but you know, you spend that money for a phone that expensive, you want to have a premium experience. So thank you for your question. Again, how the AMA works, you ask your questions in the comment section below and we will answer them. Please subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more content coming, and like the video if you liked it. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.
From the deep forest into the sun.